Hello, welcome to Schaerer's Coffee Art C, your bean to cup training video. During this brief training, you'll be getting an introduction to your bean to cup solution. We'll go over some frequently asked questions your guests may have, and finally, we'll walk through instructions of how to clean the machine. Let's get started. The Coffee Art C is not your typical coffee machine. It's important to understand the difference between traditional drip brewing and the pressure brew extraction process of our bean-to-cup coffee solution. Traditional drip brewing incorporates the use of a brew cone, a paper filter, and packaged coffee that is opened and poured into the coffee filter. Reinserting the brew cone and pressing brew, water is dispensed over the grounds. Hot water flows through the grounds unevenly and passes through the paper filter into the thermal container. Pressure brewing utilizes a similar process to that of espresso. Whole beans are ground coarsely and channeled into a brewing mechanism, whereby the grounds are lightly tamped. These grounds are then subject to hot water under pressure that extracts flavor and the oils evenly and consistently for each cup. Since there is no paper filter, all of the natural oils are incorporated into the final product. Upon extraction, under pressure, the coffee is dispensed into the cup. Foam is created as the coffee leaves the pressurized system and flows into the cup. That's why we say foam is fresh. The top of the machine includes 3 hoppers and 3 lids. Each hopper holds 2.2 pounds of whole coffee beans, or 50 to 70 cups of coffee, depending on size. Since the hoppers are clear, it's easy to see when they need to be refilled, and they are a visual reminder to the guest that their coffee is fresh and brewed just for them. When the machine is out of beans, you will see this message. This indicates that the hopper needs to be refilled. You can remove each hopper by turning them counterclockwise from a locked position until you can't turn any longer. At this point, you can remove the hopper. To reinsert the hoppers, make sure the black and chrome splines are aligned on the hopper and insert them all the way into the space in the grinder ring. At this point, you will turn the hoppers clockwise until they are locked into place. This will be useful when discussing how to regularly clean the hoppers. Now let's take a look at the touchscreen panel. The default touchscreen is the screensaver. To begin, touch anywhere on the screen. Once they make the selection, they will then have the option to select their preferred size for their beverage. After this selection, the screen will move to a dispensing image as the grinder starts. If at any point your guest wants to stop the brewing process, they can press the X seen here. As you may have noticed, iced coffee has also become very popular. The Coffee Art C will allow your guests to enjoy true iced coffee without melting the ice. To make iced coffee, fill up a cup with the desired amount of ice, then simply follow the prompts and select iced coffee, then select your blend. Our patented technology allows us to take hot, fresh coffee at about 200 degrees and cool it down using a heat exchanger system with ambient water, so when it hits the ice in the cup, it doesn't melt. As you can see, the coffee is cooled before it reaches your cup, which means no dilution of ice. The brewing process takes 50 seconds for a 20-ounce drink. Now let's look at the coffee dispense area. To the far right, you will see a hot water spout. In some models, it is activated using icons on the touchscreen, and on others, it is available as an external button. Below and behind the water spout, you will find a pressure gauge. This is used to evaluate pressure when brewing. Here's the puck drawer and safety shield of the machine. To remove, simply pull and empty its contents, then reinsert. Below the machine, you will see a drain tube. Your machine may or may not have an under-counter kit that allows the coffee pucks to flow through the machine and below the counter into a trash can. If you do not have one, the touchscreen will display a message after 15 drinks to empty the drawer. Keep in mind that the machine will not make any more coffees after 20 cups if the puck drawer has not been emptied. It is important to dispose of the coffee grounds frequently to avoid the message. Now let's go over some frequently asked questions you or your guest may have. What is pressure brewed coffee? Pressure brewing is a method by which fresh whole beans are ground instantly, lightly packed in a chamber, sealed and brewed under minimal amounts of pressure. This is the freshest cup of coffee possible. How is pressure brewed coffee different from current brewing methods? Well, drip brewers have not changed their technology since the 1970s. They still just use gravity to pull water through coffee grounds, piled onto a paper filter that holds back oils. Pressure brewing, on the other hand, allows for perfect, even extraction and temperature of the coffee without the use of filters to hold back oils. So you get to taste all the coffee in every cup. How is pressure brewing different from an Americano? Bean-to-cup coffee is just that, COFFEE. An Americano uses a finely ground espresso shot that is mixed with water separately. Bean-to-cup coffee uses coarsely ground coffee beans where all of the water is used in the brewing process. Espresso and pressure brewed coffee use a similar process to extract, with pressure, but the similarity ends there. Espresso uses much finer grinds, less liquid, and more pressure than pressure brewed coffee. Why is there foam on the top of the coffee? The foam is the single best indicator that your coffee is fresh. Foam is fresh. Foam is created when the coffee brewed under pressure is released into the cup. As the fresh coffee is released from the pressure, it expands, causing foam. When the coffee is brewing, it starts off dark and then finishes almost clear. Is that normal? Most people don't get to watch coffee brew, but it is normal. The flow of coffee will always be darker at first and then finish with a lighter color. It's important to remember that all of the extraction makes for a perfect and balanced cup of coffee. How fast does the coffee brew? We can do a 20-ounce cup of hot coffee in under 1 minute. Will the coffee taste the same if compared to the drip method? There will always be a degree of difference in taste between drip and pressure brewed coffees, simply due to the difference in brewing method. Does pressure brewing use any more coffee than drip or have more caffeine? The amount of coffee that is used to brew drip coffee is in the same ratio as what is used to brew by the cup. In other words, there's no more coffee or caffeine in pressure brewed coffee than regular drip. What's the advantage for customers to have pressure brewed coffee? Coffee is always fresh, never cold or old. Your customers are now guaranteed the freshest cup of coffee available. What's the advantage to you and your other store staff? Well, you'll never have to brew coffee again or throw out old coffee. You also won't have to clean urns every week or transport coffee back and forth. You and your teammates can focus on the guest, answer their questions, and help them with other things to grow the business. How long does cleaning of the machine take? From start to finish, the entire process per machine is about 5 minutes. Of that time, only about 1 to 2 minutes requires the involvement of staff. Cleaning your bean-to-cup machine every day is absolutely vital. Why? Because a clean machine will yield a better tasting cup of coffee every time. Additionally, it will ensure lower maintenance cost. It's simple and requires little effort. Ideally, start the cleaning process either at the end of the day or whenever you have less traffic coming through. Keep in mind the process takes less than 5 minutes. To start, follow these simple steps. Touch the screensaver. At the lower left side of the screen, you will now see a blue arrow. To the immediate left of this arrow, place your index finger and hold. A menu will pop up on the screen with the first selection being Cleaning. Once selected, the screen image will change, instructing you to remove and empty the puck drawer. Now remove the safety shield by pressing up and pulling out. Place this shield on the ground with the flat side down, away from the entrance to the puck drawer cavity. Now using the brush, pull all the loose grounds forward into the safety shield that resembles a dustpan. Empty these loose grounds into the trash. Return the safety shield to its proper position and reinsert the puck drawer. The screen will now change to an image of the tablet insert located between the 3 hoppers. Remove one cleaning tablet from the cleaning jar and drop it into the tablet insert. Close the lid. Now press OK on the screen. The machine will count down from approximately 4 minutes and 50 seconds to 0. At the completion of the cleaning cycle, a screen will appear reminding you to clean the drip tray, refill beans, wipe down the machine, and also provide you a button labeled Finish. By pressing this button, the machine will exit the cleaning and begin reheating the coffee boiler. This will take up to 2.5 minutes. During this time, while the boiler is heating, there will be a message on top of the screen that says, "Coffee water heating." Periodically, you may also want to remove and clean the hoppers. It's important to keep the coffee beans fresh for your guests to enjoy the best cup of coffee every time. Clean the coffee hopper by removing the hopper. Then empty the beans into a clean container. Next, wipe the inside of the hopper with a clean and dry microfiber cloth. Replace the beans. Remember never to use chemicals or cleaning agents to clean the bean hoppers. A clean microfiber cloth is best. Thank you very much for watching this bean to cup training video. If you enjoyed it, there is more content to come. Check us out on our YouTube channel, subscribe for future videos, and don't forget to really enjoy your next cup of coffee.